It's actually my second year doing it.
This will be my 5th year.
I've been doing the show for 6 years.
I was in the first show many years back when it was still in the bar. It was a bunch of friends. It really just started out, it was, hey, we're gonna do this Halloween show, do you wanna be part of it? And because I hung out there all the time, it was just one of those things that Mike and the kids and Al Perkins and so forth, we all just did it. We all just started to do this show.
We started doing a employee turnabout show, which consisted of 2 cocktail waiters, 2 bartenders, and 1 bar patron. There were 5 of us that decided for Halloween we wanted to do something a little bit different, so we were going to do a show at the bar.
Seriously? There was only 5 people the first year?
So many people want to be involved in it. So if you've got free people coming at you wanting to help and be a part of it, it just inherently grows.
Thank you, everyone, and happy Halloween. Thank you for coming to meet us. Thank you to Michael CHESWORTH. Michael was the one that came to me, and we got this stupid harebrained idea to make this into a reality series. Michael's been filming the very beginning of this whole process this year, and hopefully someday soon you'll be able to watch this whole mess again on TV.
We never did rehearsals back 15, 16 years ago. We just threw on what we put on and we rehearsed a number at home and did it. Now it involves 3 months of hardcore rehearsal, choreography, training, just to get your stuff together.
I think, because I have a production company, so I do hire dancers and I do work with amateurs through this show and through a lot of different things. I think amateurs are going to be more committed, whether they're being paid or not, because they are really thankful for the opportunity.
It's amateurs putting together a professional show. It's changed because it originally was an entire show, even when it went outside for the first few times, it was literally non-professionals doing a professional show.
Now it's got so many professional dancers. I mean, professional dance troupes who can dance anywhere. They choose for that to be their venue that they showcase over Halloween. And that's a huge deal. For free. Absolutely for free. Yes, nobody gets paid to do this at all. No.
You experience life for this 3 months at minimum. You experience life with them, be it being bitchy because you're tired of dancing, or you're just worn out, or you've screwed up a number, or you can't get the choreography right. And then afterwards you all go out and have lunch or you go drink. It's fun, it's good. I mean, I've done it, the first one I did was 16 years ago, and I still know these people.
In, out, arm, vein, up, and a 1, a 2, a 3.
Boom, back, good. You guys got it.
So this year's theme is BLAQUE with a Q-U-E. It's spelled kind of like Cirque du Soleil-ish, no trademarks. What the concept is that it's going to be considered a nightmare to a dream. So the first act will be all kind of scary. The second act is going to be more of a dreamlike state. The opening number is all about like the nightmare that a little kid is having, and it's supposed to be pretty scary. I'm not in it, but it's supposed to be pretty scary. And then the second half kind of goes into like the ethereal dream world, like more of the pretty, like beautiful fairies in the forest, that kind of thing, winged.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, good.
I don't have a process. I don't tell anybody this, but I just show up at rehearsal and I just make something up on the fly. Really, like, here's the music, here's the song, and then I don't really think about it until I get to rehearsal, and I'm like, all right, we'll do this.
A 5, 6, booty bounce, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, table 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, jump to your spot.
Shannon's methods to me are insane, with her little notepad and her little paper, and oh my God, there's the spacing, and there's the blocking, and there's the choreography, and I'm just like, eh, whatever, screw it, I don't care. Let's just, you go there, and you send over here, and we'll just hope it works.
And who else is a choreographer?
Typically just Shannon and myself put most of the numbers together. All the other numbers throughout the show are done by the drag queens themselves or the dance groups or whoever else we invite to be part of the show.
I was 4th in the country in ballroom Latin dancing, and now I've been dancing for 25 years, more in the ballroom Latin field. Yeah.
Whoever's got to go wherever, okay? Ready? 1, 2, up. Split those legs. Boom.
I just come in and just clean up their feet, clean up their legs. If they're trying to do something with those arms, I try and help them as much as possible. Most of the guys have never danced before, so, you know, their bodies, they're just not in touch with their core or their bodies or how to use their feet.
You're gonna go, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz, because.
It's easy in a show like this to get in touch with your feminine side, which is good. But it's really hard to have that balance of not going a little bit too overboard, but still being on stage and looking like a guy, you know?
Okay.
And if anything about the show is kind of the downfall a little bit is everybody goes to the other side, and there's not a whole lot of guys out there.
There's no lesbians in the show.
Yeah, there's no.
No, it's all homosexual men, gay men.
So,
Okay.
it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine.
And are you doing anything with at large?
Judging
Wait, so
it?
when is Labor Day?
So that's going to be this day Shannon or myself can.
Right. Well, and he knows I'm not going to be at
Labor Day's on
Sundays
the
until
6th,
October.
so we won't have rehearsal on the weekend of the 5th?
I know that there's been disgruntled voices that I have heard here and there about different choreographers and dancers maybe being less than organized on Sundays.
It's just going to be a bunch of surprises. It's going to be a takeoff of, you know, Dorothy. We're actually putting a clip on from Mad TV where Dorothy confronts the Good Witch at the end, and it's hysterical if you've never seen it. And it'll just be a whole storyline from beginning to end about, you know, the witch coming out. And if you've seen Wicked, the witch really is a nice person. She's going to be sexy. The flying monkeys are the ones going to lift her in the air and be all crazy with her. Her and Dorothy are going to be friends, kind of friends at the end, you know, and Glenda is actually going to be the bad person. So Glenda's actually going to get it in the end. So it's going to be hysterical.
Billy is not organized at all, has no plan, and it's really hard to learn his dances because there's no organization.
In the past, Billy has done a few numbers. We haven't gotten a whole lot of help from him this year.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. He always has these grandiose ideas, then he disappears. And then he tries to show back up and throw something together last minute. We'll see what happens. We've still got a month before the show, so we'll see who just pops back in and decides to throw something together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Move the table. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And she goes in the air.
I haven't seen the numbers they've been practicing or anything like that, but I've heard that Saturday rehearsals are going well and Sunday rehearsals are not, and that is what I've heard. There's been a couple problems with the Sunday rehearsal venue being a little warm.
Slash, here it is. Here's the first lift.
Billy has hooked up with my tattoo artist. Mm-hmm. But he's not in the show, so does that count?
2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Kyle is in love. I want to say in love. Kyle's crushing on Sean.
What about Sean, other than his nice ability to dance?
Kyle thinks Sean and Dylan are together and is annoyed and just wants them to be either together or not together and stop confusing him.
There might be two guys in it who, you know, are androgynous, you know, because, you know, we're gay.
It is a gay-oriented show, so the guys ripping the clothes off the guy might come across better to the audience than the girls ripping the clothes off the guy.
That's true.
It always in the past, the numbers we've seen, it's always been more exciting when you have the guys ripping each other's clothes off, as opposed to like the heterosexual thing happening. Just saying.
And what qualifies as the real girl, Michael? Does 20 grand in Thailand? Right now, this is when the attitudes are coming. This is when we're really going to see people's true sides, because the bitchiness is just now happening.
You want some drama? Mandy. Mandy's your girl.
Were you painting me as the bitch of the group or something?
I'm not confessing nothing.
Fighting and getting makeup and being prissy. This is going to be really kind of real life kind of drama.
The drama, okay, let me put it this way. It's not true social drama. It's not like we have real issues from one cast member to another, like, oh, so-and-so doesn't like so-and-so. Or so. It's not like that. What it really happens is that everybody cares so much about the show, and so everybody's concerns start bubbling to the surface.
I don't think there's a whole lot of drama going on, because we're just now getting to the cuntiness part of the rehearsals. Just now. Like last weekend was a fucking doozy.
And so then that's when we start having artistic differences. For example, on Saturday, I was the one who kind of caused drama.
I'm really mostly just like completely pissed about a respect level right now. And I don't think I've ever, with this particular group of people, felt so disrespected in my life. Like, I've been doing this show for almost 6 years, and my best friends that I never get to see all year are in this show. And I get to see you for 3 months out of the year on Saturdays only, or on the days I do Jello shots, because the rest of my life is work. And this is work too, but I do it for free because I love it, and I love all of you. But I don't give a shit about what you think about tights or what you think about my rules in my house. I can't believe how many people have been so disrespectful of me today and of my home.
Shannon was on her fucking rag and she quit smoking.
We had to clear up a couple things, so I kind of cracked the whip really hard at the beginning of rehearsal last Saturday.
But that was my last straw. This was my last straw, was that people couldn't even respect me enough to like listen to what I said once. Like, I just am over it. I don't want to see this dance again today. It looked good. It looked very good. I'm very happy with the dance. Vampire, you're not counting. Winged minions are not counting at all. The wings were a hot mess. We'll do them tomorrow. Get in your stuff for finale. I feel like I live and breathe for these people, and they just have walked all over me for the past 3 weeks. Like, I feel like everything I do is to make these people feel better about themselves. I'm here teaching them choreography that they wouldn't normally get to do. I'm treating them like a professional, like how I would treat them if they were working for me, so that they can have an opportunity to have that experience. And I'm giving them the same respect I would give a professional. And that means asking them where their tights are, asking them why they don't have their dance belt, because a professional would have their dance belt and would have their dance tights. And even though they're not professionals, this show is like a training period for people who wouldn't normally get to be in a professional show, and this is like their once in a lifetime yearly chance, their once a year chance to do this. And I just feel like they are treating the people who have the most stuff to do and who care the most like absolute shit. And you know what? I don't have to do this show. I don't have to be in this show. I have a show whenever I want a show. I could put together a show. If I want to put together a show, I could put together a show. Of course I love it, but I love it more when I see them succeed and them look amazing, and when I see them doing their very best, and when I see them being responsible, because part of the whole thing is being responsible. It's okay. I just couldn't help myself. I had to bitch.
I missed it. I wasn't there.
I cried in front of them. Well, I got teary-eyed. I didn't cry.
What's caused it?
They're just bitching at me about dance belts and tights, and why do I have to wear them, and I don't have money for this, and I don't have money for this. Josh and...
I gave Josh Tomlin $40.
How many weeks ago?
No,
Come out, it's fine.
Wednesday night.
And he didn't use it for
To
any
get
this time?
dance tights and a dance belt.
So why didn't he use it?
Exactly.
My mother and father lost they're in foreclosure right now. They're losing their home, and we lost our flower shop, and so it's just kind of not going well basically.
So then that's what you need to say to him, because he says, well, those things require money. And I said, well, nobody bought my bra. I had to buy my own bra.
First off, we are going into an establishment that is doing business with other people, so everyone behave quiet, no off-color comments.
Luna, smell it.
Boop, boop. Ooh. Smells like bananas.
It sure is a baboon's ass.
Bananas and poo. Grab one of these, which are over there in the line, and then go over to the rental side, which is the other side. Tell them you're the mayor of Munchkinland and ask them if they can pull you some stuff.
Black and white.
What are we having for?
So why can't I use the pants I'm making for...
We want an X-nay on Billy's number.
Nobody wants to do Billy's number. It's so hard. No one wants to do it.
I don't mind doing his number. I just
Nobody wants to do it.
I'll
tell him. I don't have a problem. I'll tell him.
Well, it's not our fault he's fat and lazy.
Well, we're like thinking like buying costumes and all these like costume changes and the wings and the monkeys and the Tin Man. Really?
Well,
For a
then
4-minute number,
we need a
no one's
number to
gonna-
replace it.
We can make a number to replace it.
We need to make that decision now because we need to get the costumes now if we're doing it, or
So we're thinking like if we have like 15 pairs of wings.
I'm good either way.
Yeah. Let's go to other huddle.
I'm good either way. Yeah, gather everybody up, get a
Secondary huddle.
consensus, and let me know. But make sure you talk to everyone.
Huddle. Come on, huddle. We're going. We're moving and we're moving and we're walking and we're walking. Are we yay or nay on Billy's number?
I say
We're supposed to start it today, but we're thinking about like we all have to have a Wizard of Oz costume, then we all have to change into flying monkey costumes with wings, and we haven't done anything with it. All while being on stage. Anybody who really wants to do it?
Who's saying?
I don't care. Anybody who doesn't care.
Aaron, what do you think?
Cut it.
She can't be tamed.
Not even ready for this. Here we go.
I really don't want to do this number at all because it's just not going to be fun. Too many lifts. We're not trying to impress nobody.
The whole idea of the Wizard of Oz is that you want to do something fun, something really campy. You're laughing, you're joking, but if you guys, you know, have that, because what the feeling I'm getting is like most of you are just like not into it. And if you're not into it, then it makes no sense because you're not going to make it believable on stage. So it'd be better to find something you're more believable in to make it work. Does that make sense?
Sort of trample on the Alice in Wonderland dream of it all, because that is her dream. So, and with the Wizard of Oz, I think that was more of just her like falling unconscious or something, and then that's just kind of not as fairy tale and made up like a dream like Alice in Wonderland is.
So do we put it to vote? Do I make executive decision?
I'm only gonna, if they're into it, I'll do it. If they're not into it, it makes no sense.
How many people are
It
into
doesn't
it?
hurt my feelings, really, guys. Trust me, I can do a lot on a Saturday and a Sunday.
How many people are into it? Well, there's your answer.
There you go.
All right. Plan of attack now. Are you teaching any more Masquerade today?
I hadn't planned on it, but we can.
I'm leaving at 3.
So let's just, and we'll be done by 3? Yeah? Everybody was just bitching, and I was like, well, let's just say it. That's right. Right.
I don't have much time.
No one was willing to say anything. People just bitched and moaned and complained, and I was like, guys, if you don't want to do it, let's just tell Billy we don't want to do it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a number. I'm sure he'd be fine, but don't make him put all this energy and effort into putting a number together and then half-ass it on stage. If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
I'm totally with
And
you.
so they're like, well, we can't tell him. We're afraid to tell him. I was like, I'll tell
Who's
him.
afraid to tell me?
People. Why are people afraid of you? You're intimidating. I was like, I'll tell him, but I don't want to make Billy feel like he's going to put this big old number together
I've got
and then.
so much going on. It's so
Right.
good. I've got a huge showcase competition coming up. I don't have the energy.
Right.
What happened is me not showing up to these things. No, you know, the show is pretty intense. You have to actually put the time into it. And, you know, I committed to it, and then my business, my studio got booked for a lot of shows. I had to travel a lot. I was supposed to be in Houston this weekend, and I canceled that. Next weekend I'm going to be out of town the weekend after. So, you know, without a leader, the followers, meaning the dancers, are not going to be supportive. They're going to be confused, and they're not going to be into it because they just haven't felt it. If I would have started it probably 3 weeks ago, they would have been into it and all excited about it. But, you know, it's not worth it if they're not going to step up to the plate, you know? They're cool. They're doing a lot of fun other different dances, and so, you know, it's all good. I don't need to prove myself. I've proven it years and years and years and years over, so. Because if they're not into it, they're not into it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Totally cool.
Hey, midget. No, and that's what I said. Let's not. Don't put energy into a number if you guys don't want to do it. You'll be on stage half-assing it. It'll look like shit. Like, just not do it.
Actually, Ryan and Shannon, the other choreographer, and Dylan and Sean Imad all used to work for me at the Ballroom Dance Studio. And actually, Ryan came to me. He wasn't gay at the time. He came to me and started working the studio. And how Ryan got involved into the show is I brought the rehearsals to the dance studio. And so that's how Ryan got involved. And then it was kind of funny to see Ryan just kind of grow up, you know, turn 20, turn 21, go into now I think he's 25, 26. And now he's kind of in that diva state that we all get to at that young 20 age where I can take on the world and then the world kind of slaps you in the face, you know. It's kind of disappointing because he's really, really talented and it saddens me a little bit that he's just bartending now, and versus he was making $50,000-$60,000 a year dancing and had a career ahead of him, and now he's just bartending kind of lost. So it kind of makes me sad that, you know, he doesn't really have a future as far as where he's going, and I hope that he does have that eventually. But, you know, we know who at 25 does, you know?
Hey, Mandy, in the beginning on this, keep your head up. You're looking down and we're all looking up. Am I choreographing you? Me. So should we start now?
It's a walk.
She's He's bigger than you.
So I'm not afraid of him.
Well, you should be. He's pregnant.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah?
Yeah, keeping busy.
Is it fun? Is it what you expected it to be?
It is. Some people get on your nerves, but you get over it.
Like what?
Like the guys who don't wear shoes and their feet look disgusting. Kind of gross. And then they're kicking in the air. Yeah, no, you have no idea. It's disgusting. No, but it's good. It's hot. There's no ventilation in there, so we're kind of busting our ass.
Like Mandy's just a big drama. Like everybody always has something to say about Mandy.
What do you want to know about Mandy?
When I do the shows and I'm Mandy Boom, that's different. I'm loud and that's what I'm paid to do. But the reality of it is that I'm just an individual, and during the day I'm quiet, and I do like to garden, and I don't watch pornography. I don't.
She owned porn companies. She produced porn.
I don't drink, I'm not into drugs, I don't smoke. I'm very boring.
Getting to know her has been interesting, but after you get past the act that she puts on, because so many people make fun of her, she's a great person, and she would do anything for her friends.
You know, I take people for face value, so I don't put too much stock in what somebody says. Actions, to me, speak louder than words.
I totally thought she was there just to get camera time, and when I got my tattoo done, it was at her house, like the guy that did it, and when she got home, she was so excited just to have been at rehearsal. Like, she was just herself for like 15 minutes. She wasn't pretending to be anybody or trying to act. She was just like telling Brock like all the things she did and people she met and who she likes and like how she just wants friends and she thinks this is the way she's gonna make like real friends. And like at that point, I was just like, wow, like I totally took her the wrong way.
But I can rest assured I've never gone home from rehearsals and talked about anybody. Not to be rude, but I have other things going on.
I like her way more off camera. She's so much more herself.
There's a couple girls in the show. Danny's definitely one of them who I've gotten a lot closer with. We talk more on the phone, and she's come over for dinner a few times to the house.
And I totally view her as a woman, like not as a man woman. And I think she's an amazing person. And I get offended when people talk shit about her now. Absolutely. Pisses me off.
Well, between you and me and you, one of the guys sent me a derogatory text last week. Hey, Manny, don't forget about rehearsal tomorrow, M-A-N-N-Y. Well, Manny is a Mexican man's name. I'm Italian and Yugoslavian, and I'm not a man. So it really pissed me off. And it was rude. And he was being a cunty gay guy just to be a cunt for no reason. Never even talked to this guy before. Never had more than a 2-word conversation with him. It's cuntiness.
When you get something like that.
It's just rude. It's just a gay guy trying to step on me or you put me in my place, so to speak. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It's just rude. It's rude. I mean, I don't have time in my life to send people text messages for no reason. And then during rehearsals, other people make comments, about girl or real girl comments during rehearsal, and half those real girls who showed up for the first 2 rehearsals aren't even in the show anymore. No, they dropped out. They didn't keep up with it. They couldn't take the heat.
A lot of drama, for sure. And I don't remember this much drama last year, but this year, people are getting on my last nerve. Kyle Patton is a little bitch, and I'm gonna fucking kick his ass. He is a bitch.
Yeah, it gets that point, we're at our point of where we are together a lot. You know how you are with somebody together with a lot of people, it gets crazy after a while.
I've been doing this hungover for 6 fucking years. A hangover is no excuse to not show up at Halloween show practice. Because you either dance it off and you can lick the alcohol out of your sweat and get yourself re-drunk.
It's enough. And I don't go into rehearsal with an attitude or bitchiness. I may go on hungover at times, but I don't sit there and get negative or make comments. I know I'm chubbier than I was a few years ago. I mean, you can see that from TV shows I've done. But you don't have to say that to me in rehearsal. Like Kyle made a comment about how much, that I had 3 months, what do you say? I had 3 months to lose some weight.
We were all talking about having to lift people and all this stuff, and some people were like, well, I'm not gonna be lifted. And then, well, you got 3 months then if you feel like you need to lose weight. That I don't necessarily, in a roundabout way, I guess that might be calling someone fat, but I didn't purposely, say you're fat, lose weight. I lost 25 pounds last year doing the show, so. I think everybody has like something on me, like they are like, I don't know, certain people can say stuff and get away with it, and then if I say something, it doesn't, it makes bad. Yeah, it does. It does suck. It fucking sucks.
Oops. 1, 2. It's a pop. It's not cellophane, right? Go.
Apparently the director and I had a small issue.
What was that?
He was just upsetting me, and I told him that I wanted to leave, and he told me I could not leave, and I got upset, and I kind of yelled a little bit, not bad, hardcore.
Ha! 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 Pull up! Just up! Keep
Mandy was having problems because everybody kept calling out the mistakes that we needed to fix, like the choreographers. And like Ryan would tell us, we missed this, we missed that, turn that way. And Ryan called her out on one of the moves that she's messed up from the beginning of rehearsal, and she started throwing a hissy fit, said that she needed to leave, she can't handle this. And Mike just told her, if you leave, you're out of the show. Suck it up, deal with it, this is their job. You signed up for it. Crazy.
Did she leave?
No, she stayed, but she pouted the whole time.
It's a love-hate relationship with Danny and Mandy. Because Danny's a very strong personality, and so is Mandy, and sometimes they butt heads. And when you get two people who are very, very strong-willed like that, they're gonna clash. So it's fun to watch sometimes, but sometimes they just stay away from each other, and that's the best thing to do.
They scream professionalism, and yet they take cigarette breaks every 5 minutes. That's not what we're here for. I'm not gonna spend 3 hours sitting on my ass while they chain smoke and talk about who they slept with last night. It's not what I signed up for. So I'm disappointed. But here's the real gag. They're outside fucking chain smoking every goddamn 15 minutes, and they're all wondering why they look like shit at fucking 28. Just saying. Now, chain smoking, teeth are rotting out of their mouths, their skin's jaundiced, and you're laughing, but it's true. It's not funny. You would think in 2010, my father died of emphysema 7 years ago. It was the worst thing to watch somebody die of.
I think everybody smokes in this cast but me. Whether it's, I don't think Shannon smokes, but Ryan smokes, Mike smokes.
And they're all, look at me, I'm a trained ballerina, ooh, ooh, and they're outside lighting up. And then they're going back into dancing, out of breath, all huffing and puffing. Well, the best is when they show up, I kid you not, with fucking bags of Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Just bags of grease and potatoes, and I'm chubby, but I'm not gonna sit there and eat a 1/4 pounder of fries and a 64 ounce of fucking Coca-Cola and then try to dance. And then they don't get why they're not getting it.
Okay, sneak, go. We're just gonna count, just walk in. We'll do it without music a couple times first. Walking in.
We still have some glitches, as for me personally, Ryan's numbers, because he is completely unprepared when it comes to choreography. And you could ask anyone, you could ask Sean or even his closest friends, as per today, Ryan, are we learning the rest of Can't Be Tamed? No, we can't. Why? Did you just not have the rest of it done? No. And to me, with someone with that much responsibility should be taken a little bit more seriously.
It just gets really frustrating, and I love Ryan to death, but he's the one making these judgment calls, but then he doesn't have the plan B for when he makes these adjustments and changes. And I've known Ryan many years, and we've been dancers together the entire time, and that's never changed. Isn't that horrible?
We're doing this 3 times. We do 1, 2, 3. Yes? Girls are squatting and boys are up.
Drama, Jello shots is what I mainly deal with because I make all the Jello shots for the Halloween show to raise money for our costumes. And, you know, only certain people are doing it every week. Everybody's done it like once or twice. But we have to raise, you know, $3,000 to $4,000 for our costumes, which we don't have money for. And the Jello shots is free money. Like, the bar supports, you know, the liquor and the Jello. I make them, and then all the dancers have to do is go out on our busy nights to the bar and sell them.
Jello shots. Jello shots. Jello shots. Oh, come on, they're full of roofies and vodka. They make your day better.
5, 6, 7, 8. Margarita equals 8.
I tried getting into Margarita Rocks like 3 weeks ago, and they wouldn't let me in the bar because I was too fat. They pulled me out of line and told me I wasn't allowed to go in. I am glad I got his number. And his exact words earlier when I tried to go introduce myself was, "Back up, I already called the police."
Back
so
up,
he's
bitch.
pissed off already, so hooray.
He's infuriated. If you look and zoom up there, you can see him. And
He's pissed off, which he should be. You don't have the right to discriminate or tell someone how they can and cannot live their life. And the fact that he told me I was too fat to go into his bar is fucked up, and I don't appreciate it. So I'm here with all of my friends. And
we're gonna ruin his
we're
life.
protesting, and we're gonna ruin his night at least. But these jeans were the jeans I was told was too baggy, and I couldn't go in. And then my sister Melinda went up to him and asked the owner of the bar, Eddie, if he could look at my sister to see if her jeans are too baggy. He said, "No, I saw your sister. I saw all of her, and she's not welcome in my bar."
6, 4, 6, 8. Margarita discriminate.
No refunds. I'll take green. One round. Enjoy your Jello shot. No funny.
That's awesome, Jerry. That's perfect.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
You're making me laugh.
I know. Awesome. More like Notre Dame.
I love it. Kids love it. I just hear about it. I'm not involved with it. I just fucking hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why are you fucking telling me? I don't know.
Because you're the person that everybody wants to talk to.
Actually, there's no drama today. Actually, we're good. We are drama free today.
It's a rule. Mike said no drama.
Yeah,
None.
she said that.
Yeah.
She did.
In the meeting. Because of yesterday.
Suggestion.
Stuff it in a wig, but it's like
No, these, if anyone has these in anything, these are not enough for dance. My suggestion is clear elastic right here around, like that. I wouldn't even bobby pin it because we shake our heads so much that it's gonna flag in. I have to be thankful for being a part of this, like that somehow this happened, that I got to be a part of this. Whether I'm thanking the universe or thanking Mike Fernelli or thanking that random choreographer who I don't even remember who came up to me and asked me to be in the show that first year. I guess I just want to be thankful because this, from the moment I became involved with the BS West Halloween show, my entire life changed for the better. Like everything from that point on has been the pathway to achieving my lifetime goals. And I have been on a total fast track to achieving every goal that I've ever set for myself ever since I met Mike Fernelli. Okay, the lift people, when you're lifting this Adrian, don't step on his dress, because then when he lifts, his dress will rip. Okay, probably not, because it's well constructed. Good. Make it big. Keep going. If something happens, you can't fix it. That's funny, Kyle. That's good. That's funny. Remember doodle-a-doo. Go, 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 go. You should be following your traffic pattern. Good.
most people, I would say nobody would catch on with my situation. I mean, I'm sure I get clocked, you know, here and there, but nobody. The worst I clocked, like somebody getting my situation or understanding it, I think the worst I would hear is like, oh, damn, she's tall or big. And then I just say it's how we are in the Midwest. But transsexuals we don't consider ourselves gay. We don't feel like we're not gay men. I don't lick pussy. I don't finger the snatch. I don't have sex with gay men. Would you have sex with me? No. Why would you? We don't consider ourselves gay. Here's the newsflash. Transgender people don't feel they're gay. We just feel we're born genetically wrong or in the wrong body, I guess you could say. We don't have sex with gay people. We don't sleep with lesbians or gay men. Gay men or lesbians would not sleep with us. I am in a relationship, a very monogamous, serious relationship with a heterosexual man. A very gorgeous man, as you just saw, with a killer body. Do you think if I, you know, was that way, if I was a drag queen or a cross-dresser, he wouldn't have sex with me? We're not gay. We're just genetically challenged. We were born in the wrong body. Do I look like a man to you? No, not at all. And I look better, what? No, I'm just kidding. No, but it's true. That's why a lot of gay people have issues with transsexuals, because they don't understand it, and they shouldn't. We're not gay men, and you know, we might be classified in the same family per se.
LGBT.
Yeah, but you don't see transgender people going to those meetings, except for the ones who are just starting or something.
Okay.
You don't.
That's fair.
You don't really see a lot of transsexuals or transgender people in the gay bars, unless it's a class specifically designed for them. We don't date gay people. We date regular straight people.
We may do this again later this evening after we've done some other things for cast members who are in other numbers. If this was your only number, I'm going to say you can go. I'm happy with it. Mike, are you good there too?
I am.
Okay.